All right, it's Bill here, and here's my thoughts on a 3-0 win over the Las Vegas Golden Knights or whatever they're called. Anyways, not Las Vegas, Vegas Golden Knights, whatever they call themselves. I thought it was Las Vegas, whatever. Cut it in half. Anyways, here's what I thought going into the game. I thought I was going to watch the Mike Tyson-Jake Paul fight. I thought it was going to be boring as hell. I figured with the Leafs lineup consisted of half AHL players. They're going to play a low event, tie up the neutral zone, try to trap, and try to win the game 1-0, 2-0. Now, they ended up winning 3-0, but the game was much better than that, but not in the first period. The first period was tough to watch. However, Fraser Minten from William Nylander on the first goal. Welcome to the NHL, kid. Now, I'm going to give you my thoughts on Fraser Minten, first of all. I know everyone gets on me for, you criticized the Leafs, therefore you're not a Leaf fan. Oh, I'm not a Leaf fan. Oh, I don't like the Leafs at all. They're terrible. Fair enough. But Fraser Minten, I'm not going to get on him too much because the kid's a young kid and he's learning the NHL. But I thought he didn't look good for the first period. Now, as the game went on, I thought he did good. Now, he did score a goal. He scored a goal on an amazing play by William Nylander. But Minten's got something there. He's just not ready for prime time. He had a great game, don't get me wrong. Good game. But let the kid go back to the AHL and mature a little bit. I think there's something there. I do. I just didn't really... A lot of giveaways, a lot of pushed off the pucks. He did get better as the game went on. He had to because we didn't have any more players. The Leafs had no more players to play with. We'll get into that in just a second. But great play by Nylander. Nylander showed up tonight. It was good. It was one of his games that he showed up to, so it's going to be a more enjoyable game. He outworked the player on the, I forget who the player was, and then did a nice backhand pass, and that puck was on a stick for no time, and he buries it past Aiden Hill. 1-0, and then I thought the Leafs were kind of hanging on. But they were, and Joseph Wall, here's what, I don't get excited. I'm excited. As I've said throughout this year, I'm excited because the Leafs have goaltending. This is the first time in a long time that the Leafs have goaltending. Stolarz and Wall have been excellent. Wall stood on his head tonight. He needed to. We don't have a lot of players in the lineup. We were down. Although we weren't missing any defensemen. And we're going to get into one defenseman who was just dynamite tonight. Although I thought all defensemen were good. But there's one dynamite tonight. But Wall had to stand up and make some big saves. He made a huge save off Carlson. A couple saves on the power plays, in tight saves. He made some beauties. Joseph Wall, first star of this game. And the Leafs, for the first period, you're kind of hanging on. And then the second period, and we're hanging on. And then we're going to talk about the nice hit. Because everyone wants to talk about the White Cloud nice hit. Okay. I'm going to go back to my relay or my review of the Darnell Nurse. What am I doing tonight? Darnell Nurse hit. Okay. Head down, coming around, first point of contact, the head. Reeves, little launch pad into it, directly to the head. Now, Darnell Nurse got blood because the way he fell, his visor hit the ice, which cut him. But hit to the head. First point of contact is the head. Left his feet. That's what happened. Now, unfortunately, they didn't suspend Reeves 63 games. So, unfortunately, I might have to give some more Reeves reports out. It's nice not to give a Reeves report out tonight, but it is what it is. Okay? Now, by the way, before I get into the nice hit, did the Leafs play tough tonight? I thought the Leafs played pretty damn tough tonight. I saw Johnny T wrestle some kid to the ground. I saw everyone getting in there and mucking it up. Simon Benoit, what a night. What a night. Hitting everything that moved. Defending players. How do you take this kid out of the lineup for Hock and Pa? I feel like I got a Hock and Pa watching him. Simon Benoit needs to be in the lineup. That's a hell of a game. The defense were awesome tonight. But that's a hell of a game by Benoit. He hit everything. It said 8 hits. I think he had more. Drew a penalty too. Hell of a game by Benoit. Anyways, let's talk about the nice hit, okay? Nice, head down. He lifts it up a little bit. He catches. He's looking straight. Doesn't see Whitecloud coming from the side. He's looking straight. Looking to dump it in, it looked like. So he put his head down a little bit to look at the puck. And bam, he is destroyed. Now, some people are going to be a little bit surprised by my thoughts on this hit. But I'm just going to say why the NHL is a joke, okay? So, again, Reeves should have been suspended 63 games. But at the end of the day, there was blood on that hit. Blood was coming out. Don't tell me blood doesn't have any friggin' say in this. It shouldn't. It should absolutely not have a say in it, but it does. So this hit, if I'm not mistaken, and I've watched the replay a couple of times, was the first point of contact the head. Yes. Now, do I think Reeves meant to have the first point of contact the head? No. Do I think Whitecloud wanted to? No. But the first point of contact on both those hits is the head. Yes or no? So for you idiots that want to say, this is my point with the NHL. It is not consistent. It is Mickey Mouse. They make the crap up as you go. First point of contact was the head. Did he jump into the check? Now, I saw a Sportsnet panel getting carved up. Let me help everyone out. Sportsnet's awful. It's just awful. TSN, I watched the intermission. Sportsnet, don't watch it. It's stupid. I don't know who you had on tonight. Colby Armstrong, who thinks he's some kind of goddamn comedian. He ain't a comedian. The only thing I laughed at was when he played with the Leafs because he was god-awful. Colby Armstrong was god-awful on the Leafs. Then you have, I don't know, Sam Constant catch up with Cappuccino? Like, okay, where's his? Oh, he gets into draft players. I can tell you when I draft, I don't look at some Sam Cappuccino's list, and then I can't take credit for this. I can't. I got another great text. The male Jennifer Bottihill, Luke Kazik or Gatzik or whatever his name is. Don't watch them. What's the point? So I guess they thought the hit was clean. Okay. I don't need to watch it. It's amazing how those same players get upset about the Reeves. Well, I didn't hear Sam Cappuccino or you just don't. Let me do everyone a favor. If it's on Sportsnet, when the intermission's on, go grab a little bite to eat. For me, I like to throw darts in the intermission, get some practice in. When TSN's on, watch it. It's a way better way of doing it. Sportsnet's awful. TSN is good. So determine which channel you're watching and then plan your intermission appropriately. Anyways, let me get back to it. Did he leave his feet? Yes. Did Ryan Reeves leave his feet? Yes. Was the first point of contact the head? Yes. Was the first point of contact the head for Reeves' hit? Yes. Did he jump into it? Did he launch his elbow up? Well, Reeves didn't do that, but Whitecloud did. And your hit is made. Now, both players put themselves in bad positions. Nyes put himself in a bad position, yes. Nurse put himself in a bad position, yes. So why is one a 5-match penalty and the other is not a penalty? Just please provide the explanation to me. I'll give you the explanation afterward. Give it some thought. So principal contact is the head. One person lifts the elbow up. One person doesn't lift the elbow up. Both make contact with the head. Both go at it with a jump in the air. They jump into the hit. Both of them jump into the hit. Now, Nurse is down on the ice bleeding all over the place. Nyes just gets up and does one, goes to the bench, and obviously he missed the rest of the game, so concussion. And the NHL, after reviewing it, they both reviewed it. Both reviewed. Reeves reviewed. Whitecloud's reviewed. One of them is a 5-minute match penalty, and one of them is a 0 minutes of penalties. You talk about a Mickey Mouse league? Now, again, you can complain, oh, it's a nice clean hit, though. Sure, it was probably a good clean hit back in Scott Stevens' days. It certainly was. And you can get into maybe both of them should be clean hits. I'm not going to get into any of that. I'm just saying there's no consistency in the reffing. How can the same goddamn hit be called differently? Well, one guy had blood on the ice because he landed on his head. Matt Nyes went down. Both of them resulted in the player leaving the game and not coming back, right? They review both, right? And they come up with a different decision on different ones. Welcome to the NHL and the reffing in the NHL. Again, you got like who's running it? Colin Campbell and George Peros. These aren't brainiacs, right? Like the one reason why I don't watch football that much, although I'm a Cowboys fan, so you can imagine the disgusting thing I go through, is if Tom Brady throws a ball and a receiver gets touched, it's pass interference. When another quarterback throws a ball that has the same play, they don't call pass interference. That's because the refs are not consistent, and when refs are not consistent, the game sucks. However, in this one, I think that hit kind of changed the game because the Leafs were hanging on, and they hung on for the second period, but they started pushing back. Now, I'm also going to call out another person. Grebenkin. Wow. That's a debut, bud. I saw 71. I go, David Clarkson. I go, no. Now, Grebenkin deserved a penalty in the first period. No doubt he hit a guy from behind. But, come on. He's playing with some moxie. Again, the Leafs tougher with Reeves in the lineup or not? They were tougher tonight. Grebenkin, big reason why. Says he only had 4 hits. Every time he touched the ice, he made a great move or threw a big hit. He looked for hits. He looked to get in the way. He looked to muck it up. He reminded me of maybe a young Komarov a little bit, getting a little bit in there. Maybe a bigger Komarov. But he reminded me of that. Just getting in the way. What a game. I take Minton and Grebenkin. Hey, think about like a Nick Robertson. Like tonight, you had Minton score his first goal and Grebenkin play like that. Like, Robertson, where do you think you're going to be in the lineup, bud? I can watch Grebenkin all day long. All day long, I'll watch him. Put him on the fourth line. Way more effective than any fourth line player I've seen on the team this year. That was a hell of a game. That got me excited. I'm a little excited. We got some young talent with a little piss and vinegar. And in the third period, the Leafs dominated the third period. They were down 1-0. Again, at the end of the second, they're up 1-0. At the end of the second period, they looked like they were hanging on. In the third period, they came out and said, enough of this nonsense. I don't know if Berube, what he said to them, if he pissed in their cornflakes or whatever he did, but they came out agitated and they played fantastic. I don't know what the shots on net were in the third period, but the Leafs dominated it. And then you get the craziness, power play, big save by Aiden Hill, goes back the other way. The Grebenkin on the one back check. Come on. Flying down the ice to do the back check. And I forget it was Morgan Riley, but I forget who the forward was that was coming back on the other side. I think it was Minton, actually. Flying back and taking away the 2-on-1 or forcing the guy to the backhand on the 2-on-1. And then Johnny T throws it up to Mitch Marner, throws it over to Nylander, and bama booma. It's in the net. And Pontius Holmberg gets his first goal of the year into an empty net. That was an enjoyable game post that first period to watch. I really enjoyed that game. As a Leaf fan, I loved it. That's what I want to see. See, I get the critiques. I'll give you all the critiques. But when I see that effort, when I see them laying the body, when I see them mucking it up, when I see Johnny T do a power slam to a guy, it wasn't a power slam, it was kind of like toss him to the ground. It was like the third period, they just came out with bees in their bonnet and they said enough of this and we're winning this game. And maybe it was because of the white cloud hit that got there. They went through Mickey Mouse reffing, injuries out the yin-yang, losing knives halfway through the game, and they beat the Vegas Knights, who are one of the better teams in the NHL in the third period, and put them out to the woodshed. What's not to like about that? What's not to like? You have a positive review. Roger Ebert, 2 thumbs up. I love that game. Love the goaltending. Love the defense. Love the effort. I even thought Johnny T brought it tonight. Johnny T! I thought Mitchie Boitano was fantastic tonight. It's just that we need to see this all the time. So when we get Matthews back, just keep doing this. Keep Grebenkin in the lineup. Don't pull him just because he doesn't have a name. Benoit, leave him in the lineup. What were the hits tonight? 8, 11, 15, 16, 19, 20, 22, 24, 27 hits. Oh, Pep, come on. I think it was more than that. Leckman Larson getting a back hit on Hayden and putting him down. That was an enjoyable game. I got excited watching this game today. Excited. Now, I'm sure the excitement will be ripped out of me at some point, but I will take the excitement as it is. Cheers.